Hey guys, this is Liz.
Hey guys, this is Nancy.
And today we are going to talk about
Life.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just get into it. The choice between motherhood or your career. Right now we're targeting women who are at a point where they have their careers and they have just realized that motherhood is something they're considering, or this is intended for people who are deciding on a career and have thought about motherhood, which is a good thing, which you should think about.
It definitely is.
The first point you were saying is daycare or being a stay-at-home mom, the pros and the cons. So this video is to point that out. Like you said, everybody's situation is different, but what we're trying to explain is the values that have come between my experience and her experience in her childhood. So how was your experience with childcare? You know, because I know you said you had like babysitters. So how was your experience with that and not being able to be with your mom during that time? How did you feel?
Well, I don't really remember, but I know some stories. My mom had told me that this one time she had left me in daycare, and that this lady, I don't know who the hell she is, she had like scared me with the snake, like a
toy snake.
Yeah. So ever since that day, she was like that. I got traumatized, or like I got scared that I started like just like crying and stuff like that, and then I not lost a voice, but like I couldn't speak correctly because
you had like a speech impediment.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah.
So
imagine how it was for her, you know, especially having to balance work and not being able to take care of her child while growing up. So I can imagine how hard it was for her, you know.
There's another story. When I used to stay with my other babysitter.
Okay.
And this one, oh my god, bro. Like, I remember she used to live upstairs. I think we used to live in the same house. It's like, you know, over there. So she used to live like in the 3rd floor. And my mom always used to leave me up there. And this one time, I know y'all know this food. It's like a green, it looks like a grape and it has like a big seed inside and you just suck on it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and I think I had just like, I was like, and then that whole seed, bro, that whole seed that I was like went down my throat. And I remember that I wasn't panicking. I was actually scared to tell the babysitter that I was choking.
Why were you scared to tell her?
I don't know. I was super shy.
You see, that's what I mean. Like in a situation like that, compare it if your mom was there.
Yeah, like your mom would notice. Yeah,
you would. Not only that, she would notice, but I feel like just that nature, especially since that's because your mom, you would tell her right away.
Yeah, like
you would tell her because you trust her,
and
that's just how it works, you know. That's that motherly nature that's there, especially with a child, you know. Comparing to her personal experience and my experience, you could see the differences. So Elizabeth said that she went through childcare, and this is some of the things that she had to go through. And unlike me, I'm gonna get into it as well. I wasn't in childcare. Like my mother, she didn't work for like a good amount of time because she took care of me and my brother. Remember we were talking about that? I think it was nice in my case because my mother, we used to go, she also used to help me a lot with like my homeworks, and it was nice. I till this day I remember that she used to take me to school. She would pick me up. It was good. Like it was a really good experience, and I felt like that kind of really helped me through school too, because I was able to be happy. I was a happy child. Anyway, so that could be a difference. What is important to you as a woman? How do you want your child to grow up? Because these are things that are not spoken about when you're choosing a career, because these decisions and And things to consider don't happen until you're in that position, and then by that time it's already too late because you already have a career, right? That's what mostly happens. You're in a position, and then you start thinking about family because you didn't have that in the plan. Now you're thinking about which choice should I go with. We got hungry.
I'm hungry.
Bruh.
Come on, you're hungry.
Point number 2.
So we're gonna be talking about
Entrepreneurship
versus, or no, careers.
Careers.
Which one?
I'm gonna speak on the part of career because from my experience, I have done a career. When I was in high school, they didn't mention to us, think about being a mother someday or plan out motherhood, including, I didn't even realize that my career would demand so much of me. And when I say demand so much of me, I mean in the physical, the mental, and the time aspect. I went into a very masculine career, as you know, and it was great. You know, when you're in a position where you're getting paid a certain amount of capital and you look at yourself as the career woman, that's when you get to the point when you're like, how much is enough? You start to realize that enough is your family.
Most people, when they get into careers, they always look into money.
Exactly.
Money is really important, especially in the place we're at. New York.
Oh, I mean, look,
God.
you know how expensive everything is? Like, a bacon, egg, and cheese is not no $3.
Remember chips used to be like 25 cents?
Exactly. So when you're in a big city like us in New York City, it's expensive. The rent, food, transportation,
oh
cars,
God.
insurance, insurance.
Oh my God. And the way people drive here.
A lot of people look into that. You know, yes, money is an important factor because, as you know, most masculine jobs ask X amount of time, X amount of you, because you're gonna get paid X amount of money. You go for the money, but what about your family?
Your health.
Your health, your mental health. From my personal experience, I've just started to realize that because I started young, it hasn't affected me. But now when you're reaching an age and you start to think about, yo,
do I really want to do this?
Do I really want to do this? Because I want to have a family. And as a guy, he could continue going to work. He's not the one who's getting pregnant.
Right.
He's not the one going through bodily changes.
Yeah.
He's not. Honestly, I feel like this video had to be created too because a lot of people should be asked that question. When do you want to be a mother?
That's all up to God. God's plan.
God's plan. Listen to God's plan. I'll put the album cover right here. God's Plan by Drake. Yes. So every career, that's from my point of view. My career has asked a lot of me because it's a very masculine career. I went to a construction career and not every career is the same. My coworkers, they have wives that are in the teaching field and excuse me. Sorry guys. Anyway, so I was talking about my coworkers.
Just mute your phone.
Sorry guys. So I was talking about my coworkers. Some of their wives are in the educational industry, so they get time off. I mean, they get the summers off. Like they get a lot of time off.
Yeah, they do.
And it benefits them because, you know, they have their summers with their kids.
Yep.
So it depends on what career you're going into and, you know, weigh out the pros and the cons. It also depends on what kind of woman you are. Maybe you want to have your kids at X amount of age and you just want to focus on your career. Or you want to be a woman who has their kids at their mid-20s, early 20s, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Because once you have kids around that age, they'll get older and you'll still have that energy.
It will also be a big help.
Right.
A really, really big help. I feel like they will always be there to support you, you know.
I know a lot of people mentioned to me, especially from work, because some people had their kids young. They say it's good to have them young because you have that energy. Meanwhile, if you have kids by the time you're like 30-ish, you don't really have that much like physical like.
It depends on the person too, though.
Right, exactly. It depends on the person too. You're right. So, what would you say for an entrepreneurship from your experience?
It depends on the business that you do, because on the business that I do, I feel like my customers, they become like family. They support me in a lot of ways. If I ever feel like I need help with like a certain thing, they will be there for me. And if I gotta go somewhere to a place, I feel like they're capable of staying here for me a certain time, as long as, you know, I let them know where I'm going and all that. So like, I feel like it's a good thing. It's the bond that the connections, the bond that you build. It all depends on the person. And one of the pros would be, you know, you get to select the type of business you want, you know, something that you like to do, something you enjoy, you know. So at first you would definitely like put almost all of your energy and your time on the business, you know, to like learn new things. And then once time goes on, you will definitely have more time for your family. From personal, you know, experience. I know it was a big change for you too, right? Yeah, it was. Because, you know, I grew up with daycare. As she said in the previous. My sisters didn't. I basically raised my sisters, you know, with my mom and my dad, you know. Right, but that's a good experience, you know, like you're all together, you're all one. So since I have that experience, I will like know for my future kids what to do and what not to do and how I will want my life to be. Right, and I think that's a great part about entrepreneurship, because you choose your hours, and at the same time, I know I don't want to go too much into the financial part, but I know sometimes you could even hire your kids. That's true. You guys could look into that. You could hire your kids. Your kids work for you. You're all in one family. Yeah, it passes down. It passes down. It's something that you can pass down to your kids. Right. Rather than if you have a career or a job, you can't pass that down. They will succeed too, because they will like learn new things throughout the generation. I think it's very important to think about this when you're choosing the career. And if you're in a position right now where you just realized, hey, I want to have a family someday, I hope this video makes it clear. And that's the next point right now we're gonna get to. In order to make a decision like this, the real question is, what kind of woman are you? What are your values? What are the things that will bring you fulfillment in your life? The things that bring me fulfillment in my life that I didn't realize until now. Because that's okay. If you realize it until now, things change. Life happens. Things change. And that's okay. I value the time that my mother gave to me when I was a child. That connection, that motherly love, being together with her, it's just something money cannot buy. It's just an experience that is precious. Motherhood is just so precious. So if you're that type of woman who values being with your future child, make that a priority. Make everything else revolve around what makes you happy. Work is important, yes, but your life is important as well. Your happiness, your value, your mental health, it's very important. I will definitely say follow your heart. That's a good one. You reach a certain time where you just like feel it on your soul. Like, you know, you be like, damn, like I'd rather be in a career and do this job. Or if you decide to do your own business, you know, because I see a lot of women out there and men that be doing their own business. I would definitely say try things out, you know. You know, it works both ways. At the end of the day, you have to listen to your heart and what makes you happy. Does it bring you fulfillment to be at work? Does it bring you fulfillment to start your own thing?
But the decision that you choose today
is the beginning.
So yeah, that's it for now. Thank you for watching.
And I hope you learned some things from us.
And we wish you all the best. Thanks again.
Good luck.